audio. There's no audio. I pressed the wrong button. Oh my god. I was just sat there watching the intro like, oh well, we got another minute to go. And just started clicking around. And I was like, oh shit, I'm live. Oh, that was funny. Oh wow. Hi. How are you? Technical difficulties. Yes, very much so. I think I'm gonna. This is the part of the stream where I just start undressing before we design anything. Cut it out. This is PG family friendly here. Oh, what the hell, Poppy? Why have you got a blue name
Because I'm the best.
with a shield?
Wait,
Is that like the new moderator logo or something?
Oh yeah.
Are you the shield? You are the shield that guards the realm.
Po Poppy in the house.
Good lord. Definitely got some of that Friday night energy going on here. How's everyone doing? Long time no see. I mean, I suppose, yeah, it's probably been a week, hasn't it? A whole flipping week.
Friday then. It's Saturday what? Friday then.
I don't know what you're saying. All right, what are we doing? I kind of got a rough idea. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of the Mandalorian at the moment. Kind of going through a little bit of a Star Wars phase, actually. Very unexpected. And I think I watched a few episodes of it originally, the first season, and then just got distracted by something else, probably a squirrel. And I've started rewatching it again, and it's really, really cool. It's flipping cool. But one thing I flipping love the like armor in the helmet. So I've kind of got a little bit of an idea. I want to sort of try and do like a Mandalorian style logo with the helmet. And we'll just have a bit of fun. If anyone wants to see anything demoed, techniques, tools, bits and bobs, whatever, or you'd like to check out my Illustrator course as well, then there's a link to that at the top of the chat. Or just, throw things at me metaphorically and yell at me, and I will dance for you all like a performing monkey. Anyway. Right. I did go through a phase of watching Formula One many years ago, and then I just kind of got a little bit tired of oh, my stylus is operating the wrong pen thing screen. It's been a busy few days. If I can't speak, just shout at me. I was gonna say just deal with it. I'll stop using words and we'll just mime instead. We'll just gesture. That will probably work. Anyway, right, I'm gonna shut up now. Let's get some bits and bobs going on. What do we got? Where did I put all my images actually? Let's throw them in a folder quickly. So I've just grabbed a few Mandalorian helmets. Right. Also, I just posted a new video on the channel at the exact same time as this stream. And you have to find the hidden meow. If you find the hidden meow, you have to comment the time on the video, and we'll see who the first person is to find the hidden meow. I didn't even know there was a meow until about, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, and it was like, oh shit, Crumble's in there. He snuck in the video.
I mean, Framer approved it, didn't they?
It's been approved, yeah. You can't. It's very difficult to hear. To be fair, it's very difficult. Like I put headphones on, and then I was like, "Oh, I thought I heard something then." But it's like, oh, it's a nice little accent to the video. He was outside by the back door, and he wanted to come in, so he was meowing. And he snuck his way into the video. Cheeky little sausage. Alright, I need some tunes. I need some tunes. In fact, I'll post a link to the video if you want to watch it now or later or whatever. There is. Shut up, Dan. I'm trying. Did I say anything? What did I say? I did act for a mime once. I was supposed to be a mirror. Mando! Hello, Kerry. Flippin' love that helmet, dude. Such a cool, cool design. Alright, let's get busy. Let's put some tunes on. Get into the flow. You can sing the Carrie song in the background. I got serious work to do. No more messing around, Pops. No more messing around. This is serious stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, deadly serious.
Can't be serious on a Friday.
No, you can't, can you?
Nope.
Do you know what? I'm going to take this into Photoshop and I'm going to start sketching. Shut up. Mando. Okay. Well, actually, now we're in Photoshop, which is just the best for sketching. I'll whip out the color, actually. We'll lock this layer. This is a really good exercise in like technical precision as well. Are you throwing stuff at me? Is that a sock? Because we can, this is kind of so, it's clearly machined, manufactured, so there's loads of clean lines. So we probably could do a really good job of just making this super clean. But then we don't want to just maybe make the helmet. I want to make it sort of minimal as well. So let's try and sketch. We'll pop it over there so my big head's not in the way. What do you think, Kerry? It wasn't meant to be this late. I've just had so many projects all sort of overlapping the last couple of days. Took a few 2 days off for London, didn't we? Come back and then I'm like, oh god, work. So it's been a busy couple of days. Yesterday I barely even left my desk. It was just editing all day.
If anyone can go watch the Stranger Things show in London or New York, go do it.
You saying something?
It's amazing.
What are you saying? I can't hear you. I got like loud music on.
If anyone can go watch the London or New York show of Stranger Things, it's incredible. Go see it.
Oh yeah, the First Shadow. We went to London and we saw First Shadow.
Insane.
It was really, really good. It's not. It's hand. I'm not much of a theatre goer, but this one does drag me along. And it was amazing. It was the best show I've ever seen. It was phenomenal. Oh, this is going to be so... I think this is going to be very easy, actually, to make this look good. And then this comes down here. This is going to look... This would be the sort of thing, actually, that would look good on a t-shirt. So maybe we'll go that route. Hey, no worries, Andrea. I skim read your message earlier. I just literally have not had a chance to reply. It's been full steam all of yesterday and most of today. It's just been absolutely bonkers. Yeah, so we don't want to get too granular with a lot of this. He's got the sort of bits on the side. We could connect that to here and do something like this. I want to sort of keep it more logo-esque rather than turning it into a full illustration. Sort of got these bits here. So I think, oh, you got the detailing here. I feel like it needs that. Otherwise it does look a little bit less Mando-y. how are we gonna get that in? You see it's got this sort of shape. Maybe we could get that in there somehow. Like this, and then bring it down. I want this to sort of taper off nicely. And then is there another bit that goes up? Oh no, that bit connects, doesn't it? Something like, is it like that? Or is there both? Why am I not drawing in symmetry mode? What an absolute gooseberry. It's alright. Yeah, so it feels quite busy at the minute. And it's like with a lot of logos, I'll always say, can we strip it back? If we can, then we potentially should. We could even adjust the angles and make it a little bit more dramatic. I wonder if we could. No. Right, I got an idea. Let's hide that, make a new layer and turn on symmetry mode, because symmetry mode is just so flipping good. It will make short work of this. Wanna So we want to move the symmetry line. Yeah, there we go. Let's bring the tablet a bit closer. Ah, yes, symmetry mode. You found the meow. Got to comment the time.
You and a cookie.
Whoever comments first wins. Right, this bit's quite important to get this right. So it's straight down there. This has a curve. This sort of tapers out a bit and it tapers in at the bottom. So we're going to click and drag holding shift using the brush tool. You may as well, just to get that precision. It's a bit weird. I'm using a pen display. You got to click or tap, then hold shift. You sometimes get like a little bit at the end, but sorry, I'm trying to like maneuver around a microphone, so it's kind of very tricky to draw properly. And then a very slight tapering off. This bit, a bit more subtle, and then that will connect. I feel like we've got to get that cheek detail in there. And then we're going to go straight up again, holding shift, and then we'll just bring that around. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Following from Nigeria. Nice. This bit here is wrong. The middle should be thinner. And then this bit here, this kind of almost needs to run like that. And how do we connect it here, though? Ah, no, the width, they should be the same. So think the middle bit, let's try and, there we go, just widens a little bit, and we're going to have it taper a little bit harder there. And the top connects. Let's do the little bubble, little bump like that. This is going to be an absolute dream to have these perfect curves in here. We'll use basic shapes. I don't think we're going to pen tool any of this. Maybe this bit, but we could get away with the arc tool. In terms of angles here, I'm just sorry, I've got got a flipping ad for porridge in my ear. I can talk with music playing, but as soon as an ad starts playing and someone's going, "Oh yeah, got me oats. Don't you want Quaker's oats with your breakfast?" It's just like, please stop. Yeah, so I could just pick a random angle here. This is just something I try to do. I don't know if it's a bit OCD or what, but I'm looking at other angles I've used in the design. I'm thinking, can I, rather than just pick an angle like this, is there something that, no, just YouTube. Is there an angle nearby that I've already used? And I could say this bit here. It's probably, so whatever this angle is, try and mirror that over here. It's just one of those little details that, just one of those things that I've always done. I try to look at the relationship between elements that are like nearby, and it can just help things feel a bit more, I don't know, a bit tighter, a bit more consistent. Right, I feel like this is missing something. It should be a bit, is it a bit wider? Well, the bottom is curved. The bottom should be a bit more curved, shouldn't it? Although this doesn't have to be like an exact illustration of the helmet. And I think that does make a difference. Yeah, the proportions are a bit wrong here. That's straighter. So this bottom part is actually pretty straight here. And then we got a little... This is actually a really good exercise in attention to detail. It's also too tall, but we can just cheat this and free transform it. And squish it down. And I feel like it bows out to the side a little bit more over here as well. It's not this shape. It's more that shape. So we could try and maybe pull it out and stretch it in. Don't know. Ah, and the bottom, we need the black as well. So we're gonna have to connect it somehow. Maybe like that. We'll duplicate it. We'll duplicate it just as like a checkpoint, and then we'll just fill this bit in with some black, just so we can kind of get an idea of if it's looking good or bad. If you do have like block black in part of your design, something like this, that's quite sort of central to the characteristics, I would sometimes just fill it in. Like you see here as well, block black kind of blocks off this top piece here. Yeah, there we go. We need to get Leo playing the Mandalorian on piano.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's such a cool tune. Leo's so good at piano. It's ridiculous.
I don't know if I'll pick up on the audio then.
The other thing with this as well is I kind of imagine it being white on a black t-shirt, and at the moment I'm drawing this kind of almost the wrong way around. So it might need to end up being made up of different shapes.
Dan. Dan.
Did you say something?
Yeah, I'm shouting Dan.
Oh, hello.
Someone says, as a beginner illustrator, seems more overwhelming. I'm reading this so badly. As a beginner, Illustrator seems more overwhelming than Photoshop. What do I do?
You buy my course.
Yeah.
I mean that is actually a really good answer.
It
But the quicker, more helpful answer that is free is yes, you're right. Illustrator can be overwhelming because it's so flipping powerful. It's been around for like decades at this point. The first, yeah, like I've just got to try and put myself back in the mindset of not knowing anything. Like there's about 70 to 80 tools here. My course is linked at the top. It does cover this from the beginning through to the most advanced stuff I teach. We start at the basics, don't worry. But the best way probably the most helpful thing I could say is go into the menu bar at the bottom and clean this up and get rid of all the tools you're not going to use. So like if I go through, I'll just quickly go through the tools that you will definitely need, that I would at least keep on my toolbar, and then the other ones go back and learn them at your own pace. Because once you actually strip out all the tools here that you might not need, and then you have the properties panel here that is contextual anyway, so when you select something it shows you properties for the selected object. Actually the whole interface of Illustrator actually is very clean. So if you start with the advanced toolbar, so top to bottom, keep these two here. Magic wand is good. You can click on that and click on a color and it will select other colors. The lasso tool, you can use this. It's good for selections. So you can click and drag around an area to make a selection, but you don't need it. These two pen tools, yep, keep those. They're good for drawing shapes. This is the main pen tool. This one's like an assisted one. Type tool, this is good. Type on a path, very useful. Ignore everything else. These are all really useful. I've got YouTube videos that cover them. These are all good. Ignore the flare tool. Many of these shapes tools as well, you can single click and you get options. So always either single click or double click the tool itself and you'll get options for that tool. Paintbrush tool, you can learn these, but I don't really use them. That's more Photoshop if I'm honest. Pencil tool, 100% yes. Smooth tool, yes. Or ignore all the others. Pencil tool, double click it. Crank the smoothness up. It makes drawing 1,000 times easier. Eraser tool, ignore that. Scissors and knife tool, yes. Scissors is good for cutting paths. Knife tool is good for cutting shapes with a solid fill. Rotate tool and reflect tool. You don't need to learn the tools, just memorize the two shortcuts. We use them all the time. Same here, scale tool, memorize the shortcut. Shear tool can be useful. Width tool, amazing. Ignore everything else for now. Ignore those. Puppet, no. Puppet Warp's great in Photoshop. In Illustrator, it can be useful, but I just never use it, so ignore those two. Shape Builder and Live Paint Bucket, yep, learn all those. Again, I got videos. Perspective Grid, don't use this yet. It's more advanced. When you click it, that will come up. It'll annoy you and you'll get confused. Press Escape and it goes away. Mesh tool, no. Gradient tool, yes. Dimension tool, no. Eyedropper tool, yes. Blend tool, optional. Symbol sprayer, no. Graphs, no. Artboard, yes. Slice tool, no. Hand tool, don't bother with it. Just use the space bar and move around that way instead. You can press H if you want, but spacebar is just right there, so it's an easier shortcut. This can be useful, but don't worry about that now. And then zoom tool, ZZ, click and drag to zoom. That might sound like a load of waffle, and it probably is, but if you watch it back and slow the stream down, what you could do is go back into this option here and you can drag off the tools that you don't want and then clean this up. You can get this toolbar down to like half the height if you cover off what I just went through. And then that makes booting up Illustrator a lot less intimidating because you've got like an easier tool set to learn. You can focus on those. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of tools in here that you just, like the hand tool as well. You don't need the tool there per se because you can just, you know, do it with other keyboard shortcuts. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful. Right. Yeah, the proportions here are slightly off. So there's a few ways we can do this actually. We do the linear version, and then we'll do it in Illustrator. And then we could do a version that is not linear, and there's a trick you can use to turn everything into a shape with a solid fill. Yeah, it's experimenting with the lines around here as well to try and make this bit here feel like it's indented, like it's obviously not flat. So it's really difficult to try and make this feel like there's that sort of indentation. Let's change the angle a little bit. That, yeah, that possibly helps. That's looking a bit better, I think. Just got to figure out how much detail to put into it. I don't want it to be too illustrative. That bit in the middle there might be a little bit too much. Yeah, I think this would be a good start. I mean, the other way, maybe there is something else we could try. We duplicate this, we'll invert it to white, and then we'll add a solid black layer underneath. We'll try and design with it. Because if it was going to be a white logo on a black t-shirt, let's try and design it as it's going to be used rather than just design it one way and then invert it. Because that can change the whole thing. How are we going to do this? Ooh, I've got an idea. This might work. It might not. Let's colour the whole thing in. might be thinking, Dan, what the hell are you doing? My answer would be, I don't know. But so I'm going to make a selection of the black and white one and then knock it out. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so I selected the black line work and then just deleted it from the white version. So now instead of having this, we've got it reversed out. So all these shapes here would be solid fills. And what we can do now is we can go and thicken up these gaps between the different elements. This will help us make it a bit more simpler. So I'm using a slightly thicker brush now. No strokes involved. This whole design is very fill based. And this is cool actually, because then the black part of the eyepiece, whatever, this visor bit, it connects to the background being black as well. And we're still working in symmetry mode, which is magnificente. And we're just using black and white, so we're not using eraser tools for this bit. We're just working black and white, and you can press X on the keyboard to swap between them. So we can just shape this a little bit here. And again, we just got this sort of nice flow through from here. It's just trying to think about the geometry a bit more. Hello, Moosh.
Moosh!
How do? How do? All right, get a bit more black in there. Get some. Nice. Nearly there. The weekend is nigh. How's that looking? Is that looking good? Or is that... I think I want to go simpler. I think it's too detailed. So let's try a version that's way more simplified. A little bit more logo-y, so maybe more minimal. So maybe we actually cut part of this out. That might ruin it. Okay, what about if... Oops. What about if we actually get rid of more? Does this still keep it recognizable? Oh no, I've got rid of my symmetry. I'm an idiot. Might have gone a bit too far there. Let's bring his... I've got an idea. I need my symmetry back. Please come back to me. Come over here. There we go. Yeah, we will get rid of this, but let's try something else. Right, how am I going to do this? something like this. So you still get the sort of cutout shape, but we're sort of doing it a different way. It's trying to find a balance. There we go. So it's trying to find a balance between detail and accuracy to the thing. So we're sort of, you see here, we've kind of taken this bit and we've just kind of cut it out instead. Fix the tapering there. So obviously if we're going to do that here, this bit is way too detailed. So maybe we get rid of this and we just leave a thicker middle part. So we're just simplifying. That's all we're doing. I've got to be honest, it's nice doing some of this. It's been video editing for the last 2 days. And it's nice to actually do some design work. Who is Luke and Leia's father? Is that a question for Poppy, Kerry? Mate. What do we make? Do we place bets? Is she listening?
Eh?
I don't think she's listening.
Right there. That Darth Vader.
Hey?
That Darth Vader.
Darth Vader? What, Luke and Leia's father?
No, is that Darth Vader?
Oh, right. No. Oh. Where have you been? Where? It's not Darth Vader.
Oh,
Bloody
the one
man.
with the spikes. Spikes on his face.
What, Darth Maul?
That one.
No!
Is it Yoda?
You're just trolling at this point. Son off. You're not having any more attention. No, it's not bloody Yoda.
I know who it is.
No, you don't.
It's Chewbacca.
You
Luke
are.
Skyscraper.
You. Luke Skyscraper. The thing was, I don't think that was an accident. When she said Luke Skyscraper, I think that was legit.
That's just sad.
Hey?
That is just sad.
It is sad, isn't it? Yeah, even your kids being.
It's a Mandalorian.
What are you, 5? It's a Mandalorian. See what I got to deal with. It's just horrific. God. When I think about all the things I could have done with my life, I could have been a princess.
What?
But no. I have to sit here and deal with this, Kerry. Anyway, moderate outrage aside.
Oh, I didn't even realise Kerry was asking me a question.
Yeah, I think he was asking you a question. Oh, that's definitely more in line with what I'm thinking. But let's keep. We'll duplicate it, but not move it because I'll muck up my symmetry thing. Oh, how do I do this bit? I feel like that mucks it up in a bit of a weird way. Unless we do something like this. No, that's awful. Or Do we separate this off as its own piece? It's not really Mandalorian, but it does actually look quite cool. So I don't mind taking a few liberties. See, this is the fun part, is I really don't have any idea what I'm going to do with this. I'm just literally freestyling to see how it could look. Maybe we could curve that round and do something like to try and get that in there. Or maybe that bit should be straight. And then we go straight with this bit. And then it curves around. That's not too bad. I feel like that's quite a good balance. I also realised I was a few minutes behind. A few minutes behind what? Where am I? What's happening? They each make their own helmet. The baptism into a proper Mandalorian. Oh, okay, yeah. Because they all look slightly different, don't they? I think they're all made of like, what is it, Beskar steel or whatever, but they all look slightly different. He's done a good job making his helmet. So actually, yeah, taking a few liberties with the design and making it kind of more my own might be quite cool. Or maybe the t-shirt has a few different helmets. Or maybe we do a design competition to design your own helmet. I've got no idea. Brand your own Mandalorian helmet. This is the way. I wonder if we could make this thinner. Maybe that would make it a bit better. It's amazing how just the tiniest little details or tiniest little changes actually do have a pretty big impact. So maybe we do go to the outer edge there and we separate these bits just so there's like a little gap. Ah, it's looking pretty solid. Right. What about the earpiece? That would have to be like, so we could continue that curve up into the earpiece, and then this sort of follows the contour of the helmet. So there's like a nice sort of flow through. Yeah, so even though these shapes are disconnected, they still feel like they sort of have like a little bit of synergy, and they sort of could fit together. Maybe one like this. Little triangle one. Oh yeah, the earpieces make a massive difference. I'm tempted to take this into Illustrator now, but I feel like actually there is a bit more refinement to be done. Because at the minute it's all very separated. This bit here feels very segregated. Whereas actually maybe there's a way I can adjust some of this so it all fits a bit more. The point, maybe the point this end. That looks better actually. And then this bit, do we have that detached? Or do we do something like this? Bring it down. So it fits on the bottom like this. So there is still like a gap there. And then maybe this connects up here. Let's have a look. And then a line through there. So we still have that continuity. Yeah, we've gone very like angular with a lot of this, very sharp, pointy bits. I wonder if this needs the same treatment. It feels like it needs more angles. Maybe I could bring this in. It feels like it fits everything a bit more. Convert it into separate shapes. How do you mean, Kerry? At the moment, I'm still in Photoshop, so at the moment, shapes don't even kind of come into this at the minute. We're not sort of dealing with shapes. We're just brushing. You could build it out of shapes in Photoshop, but I just wouldn't ever do that really. Not with Illustrator. Illustrator is just so much better at handling vector shapes and things. Let's try tapering this in a bit. Yeah. That's why sometimes what I'll do is I'll do like the vector shaped work in Illustrator and then paste those layers into Photoshop. Because then I can make the shapes in Illustrator. It's all clean. It snaps together. It's lovely. And then you just copy and paste that into Photoshop as layers. And so you've got the shapes already made and you can just then do the brushwork. Do you know what I would love to do actually? Maybe we'll do this another time. I teach the techniques for this in the Photoshop course as well, so I think Kerry, you'll probably enjoy this. But we do like it's the PlayStation controller lesson we do like shading and things, so plastics and different materials and brushing reflections. I'd love to brush in a chrome version of this. I'll show you one I did for an AirPod. I did this a while ago. This is just messing around. So this is all brushed in Photoshop. But the chrome here, when you zoom out, it looks really impressive. I think anyway, it's like the chrome effect. Or when you actually zoom in, it's just brushing different splodges of black, white, and silver. But yeah, so that's like an easier example. But the PlayStation controller in the masterclass, Kerry, it's these sorts of techniques, but applied to the controller. Once you can do it on the controller, you can do stuff like this on anything. So it's just about understanding material surfaces and like plastics, metals, rubber, kind of how they reflect light and how to brush that in with different brush tolerances and things. Yeah, it's one of those things, Kerry, that it's like I do a lot of obviously photo manipulation stuff. And for whatever reason, a while ago, I decided I'm going to try and just draw a product. Because I think manufactured shapes are a bit easier. You know, you've got usually they're like physical things. They're clean lines, plastics, metals. The way they behave is sort of predictable in terms of shading and brushing reflections and things. So it was kind of like just taking my Photoshop skill set and trying to illustrate a real product. And it was surprisingly easy to actually transfer a lot of the stuff that I do in photo manipulation. And it was like, let's try a PlayStation controller. And it was surprisingly easy, actually. It just comes down to knowing which tools and techniques to use. So like I have problem X that I need a solution for. I'll use A, B, and C. Oh, that doesn't work. All right, we'll try D, E, and F. And you just work through your solutions. I like this. I don't know if there's anything else I'd do differently. Let's maybe do another. We could look at the evolution of it actually. It started there, yeah, and then whatever is going to happen now. Maybe we'll make it a bit more angular. Maybe we'll come down a bit steeper. We don't want to. Maybe we don't want to go too egg-like. That's too egg. We've gone full egg. I don't want to do that. Do we pick a font now? Did you not design and have made your own pair of glasses? Yes. That was a while ago. It was very much the style of them were based on my other super dry glasses because I just love those frames. But yeah, I got to customize them with, I think my brand color was blue at the time, and they put the Dansky logo on the side, and yeah, it was pretty fun. Carl, that's going, that's like a 5-6 year old video, that is, Kerry. Kerry's on the back catalogue. Oh yeah, done some pretty cool videos over the years. Right, I think we're ready for Illustrator now. We'll go and muck around with type in there and fonts and things. So let's just copy and paste this, or copy merged. Hop into Illustrator. Yeah, these ones are cool at different angles, but I just flipping love the front on one. Right, let's hide that. We'll make another layer. And we're going to throw down some black. So black is down. We're going to lock it. Paste in. Helmet shape. Probably drop the transparency quite a lot on that. So we'll go for 10. We'll lock that as well. Nine years back. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. Oh, how are we going to do this? I think I might. I've changed the top bit here, so I think I might actually just have that going down. In fact, actually, we're going to enable symmetry mode in Illustrator as well. So repeat and mirror. Ah, there we go. I'm just trying to grab. No, not that. Got to move the symmetry line. There we go. There we go. Right. This top bit, we could probably do an ellipse. No, maybe the arc tool. F to swap the direction. That's pretty good. We don't want it to go straight down though, so we're going to C for the scissors tool and cut it there. And then I'm just going to pen tool the last little bit. And this bit here, let's try the arc tool again actually. Maybe that'll work. No. Alright, we'll try that. R for the rotate tool. I'll rotate it around this point. Doesn't matter if it extends too far. Whoa! Where have we gone? Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut it about here. And then we're going to rotate this around this point as well. Doing this technique, I love this because again, it's a more manual way of getting that perfect tapering. So it starts off thin and then it gets thicker gradually. Whereas what I see sometimes people do is they'll do this. They'll have it there and it will be like this, which isn't wrong, but it's just sometimes it looks better if you have your thickest end here, your thinnest end here, and you adjust the curve so it just has a continuously gradual tapering where it gets wider or tighter towards the end. And that technique means that you can get it pretty precise. This bit here, how are we going to do that? So again, I'm just using the scissors tool to cut. That's probably going to go straight down. And then we need to come back up here. Okay. So we're going to copy and paste this. We'll move it out. So this line is perfectly parallel to the other one. And then we're going to manually pen tool it, connect it to the bottom. And then I'm going to have to take my own advice now. And try not to look like a tit. and just manually taper that one off. This bit here is, we could do this manually, but instead I'm gonna make a triangle and adjust it like this. Let's give everything the same stroke weight. Just so it's kind of this central point here is in the middle and not off to one side. So if we pop it here, and just rotate it. We're just doing it with like lots of precision. And then this bit, kind of almost want to ignore it almost. Come up here. And then we're going to finish this with a straight cut, because then I can just go and round it here, rather than trying to round off the end manually. Sometimes you can round off with the pen tool, but sometimes it's easier to just use the direct selection tool and get that to do it for you. And what's this? This is a straight line here. This bit in the middle, yeah, we'll bring that in so it meets. I'm going to bring this down a little bit, just so it kind of still continues the arc a little bit more. And then the visor in the middle, the horizontal bit, I think we probably could use the ellipse tool. This is gonna, I wouldn't really want to pen tool this, because look, I can just get this to match the shape, duplicate it down, scale it in. And it's doing it. I'm getting the tools and the shapes to do the hard work for me. Although we don't want it on both sides, do we? I just realized. So we definitely only want half the shape because it's using symmetry mode. There we go. And then down here, we're just gonna draw a line. And we could pull that down a bit if we wanted. Yeah, maybe angle it up a little bit. And unless I've missed something, that should be pretty much it. So what we can do now is, well, let's keep a version of that because that's actually that's quite cool, I think. Drag you out here, and then we're going to go back inside the group. We've got to select everything, grab the shape builder tool, and now we've got to clean all this up, make it look actually good. Just got to be careful, yeah. Yeah, if I rush this, we might lose some of the details. Yeah, I've already lost a bit here. That's a good start, isn't it, Dan? We just got to make sure that all these pieces overlap, because if they don't, the last thing you want to do is get to the end of a good old shape builder tool session and realize you've actually deleted a piece, and then you've got to go back and unduck your work. This bit here, get rid of you, get rid of you. Oh yeah, I was going to have a bit come up there, wasn't I? We could still do that. And then what you can do is we can flip it around the other way and swap that stroke to a fill, and then it makes finishing the shape bordering especially easy actually. Zoom in. See that? Yeah, there we go. Knock that out. So we're just chopping out the shapes we don't want. That's pretty much it. This bit in the middle, we will need to figure that out and merge that because it's doing something there. Maybe we don't have that completely taper off. I don't know. I'm not sure. Everything else tapers off actually. And this bit here, I think I want that to kind of curve up a little bit. And then I can press Shift C for the whatever this tool is. Anchor point tool, that one. Yeah, now I can pull this up and just give it a little bit of an arc. Oh, good, Kerry. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, I gotta be honest, it's quite fun doing some more illustrative stuff lately. I'm really enjoying it as well. You can thank Andrea for this. Her illustrations have been amazing to see so far, and it's just been super inspiring. Okay, so we'll take this version. We'll stay in symmetry mode because we're still doing a bit more work. So we're going to try and follow this through here. So I'm actually going to use this existing path as a bit of a guide to try and match the angle. And then we'll cut the path there and then trim off this bit. And what did my sketch look like? Straight through, isn't it? So we could duplicate this down. A little bit closer together. What don't I like about that? Something I don't like about it. Yeah, something about this that I don't know if it just needs a bit more of a curve or not. Hmm. Or maybe it just needs a straight line through. That's not too bad. Might just need to come down a tiny bit. Or maybe not, actually. No, it's pretty spot on. It's a bit of a weird optical illusion. Or maybe my eyes are broken. One of those. What, taper it in at the bottom? Yeah, I think that's what the illustration does, doesn't it? I was afraid of this. I think this bit as well. I want to bring this part down. Yeah, I'm going to draw a piece that can cut that off. I know I said don't do the curves manually, but once you've been doing it a while, it does get a little bit easier. Because you can sort of do whatever you need to get the sort of curve you want. But especially if you're new to Illustrator, just use basic shapes because they just give you much more predictable results. And they're so much easier. The shape builder tool is amazing, but it can leave bits of anchor points and stuff left over. And if you're familiar with Illustrator, you go into troubleshooting mode and you can figure it out. But if you're not and you're still new, it can be a bit of a headache sometimes. And you end up going to the land of geometry, and it's not always a nice place. Right, how am I going to taper this in? And if I taper it in, I've got to move this one as well. So I've got to move you up. And possibly redo this curve. Oh, that's all right. That doesn't look too bad. Taper you in a bit more, maybe? That tapers quite nicely, I think. Let's just bring this down a little bit, just so it's a little bit deeper. And the eye thing, maybe I try and match the angle of the side of the helmet. Whoa. Like this. Yeah, and straighten this bit up a bit more. Full body dragon. Oh, I don't know if I went too far with this one. Maybe this one here where it comes up the side. Let's just try connecting these actually and see maybe if I like it more. I feel like this break piece here, it's just breaking the design into too many little pieces. Oh, this is a cool trick as well. Grab the pen tool and get rid of any anchor points you don't need. Because if you can streamline the geometry, it just makes editing everything so much easier. There might be one. I can't remember. I might have done a video on it. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Oops. Sorry, background. In fact, let's put you on a different layer because you're getting a bit lively there. Let's paste you there. Put you in the middle. Oh, I gotta try something. It's taking it back into Photoshop, but there's a technique I flipping love. And I gotta show you. I probably showed you before, but what am I looking for? Texture. Gritty grunge texture. Again, this is all covered in the Photoshop course. So Kerry and anyone else who wants to check it out, Dansky.com. We start at beginner level stuff and we go through to the most advanced stuff I can teach you. So all this stuff that you see in the streams, it's all covered. Pretty much most of what I do. And then if you do get stuck or there's something not covered, just message me and I'll sort you out. So this is a texture that I got from a channel called Texture Labs on YouTube. Flipping great channel for Photoshop stuff. But you can use this as a displacement map. And I love this. So let's pretend this is finished and we'll grab it and we'll chuck it back in Photoshop. We'll make a new document. You can do sort of similar grunge effects and stuff in Illustrator, but I flipping love this technique. So we'll take our vector. We're going to make it a vector again. So it's now a Photoshop vector rather than an Illustrator vector. Distort, displace. Start with 10 to 20. Don't go too crazy on these values. But then pick the PSD file. And you get like a grunge effect. If we do it again, actually. Depends on the size. You might want to go more aggressive. And if you want to go more like vertical scaling, so have the distressed effect more vertically oriented, then you can do that. It's flipping cool. So good. Oh, I love it. And I'm just using that one PSD. There's loads of different ones that you can use. You can use anything. Just save it as a grayscale file, 8 bits a channel, save it as a PSD, and you can then use that image as a displacement map. It does physically move this thing, so you might need to just shift it back in the center by eye. But then we could go and, well, let's muck around with it. Grab some Photoshop brushes. Now, what is good for... Oh, I know. Have I got my Sumi E? Where are they? Are they in here? These ones. I love these. I got so many brushes. Let's just pick one. God, these are big brushes. To have a play with these. Some of these are more useful than others. So we could use this to sort of chop away parts of the design. And just rotate the angle to kind of match. And we can effectively sort of almost grunge it up a little bit. Which ones do I want? Yeah, rotating the brush, holding shift and using the left and right arrow keys. You can do some really cool things with this. Oh yeah, look at this. It just completely destroys that middle bit. And then we'll move the angle. I don't know if I can flip brushes, which is a shame, but maybe there's a way. Actually, no, there probably is a way. I just, in the brush settings panel, I could probably flip it, flip X and Y. Not gonna do it. Let's, yeah, there we go. Yeah, well done. Try and make it, should we do symmetrical or less symmetrical? Oh, that's probably a bit too much. Or we'll shrink it. Then we'll flip it back the other way. And then so you kind of want it to make sense with the brush strokes and the direction and things. Otherwise it can feel a bit random. So at the minute we're just brushing into the mask, so we're just getting rid of stuff. But then we'll add a new layer in a minute and we'll add some white splats on top of it. Yeah, this is fun, Kerry. You'll like this. This is how I did the Ghost of Yote artwork. But it does require doing this one bit at a time and patience. You know, if you just come in and go like this and start stamping, it'll look crap. Trust me, I've done it. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, and then brush settings panel, we can flip the brush. That's pretty handy. I learned something new. That's quite cool. So you see, I'm just trying to sort of match the contours of things and just using that rough edge to almost chisel away at it a little bit. We could force the tapering actually in this version. What other ones have we got? Oh, this might be quite good. For these bits here, we could maybe brush them. And what else? I wonder if I've got any other brushes. I mean, it's a bit of a stupid thing to say. I've got loads of brushes. Oh, this one's a good one. I remember this. This is great because you can have... Oh, actually, no, we'll do this on the new layer now. So we're going to make a new layer with white. And we can actually use this to now add. So we're not just subtracting anymore. Or you could do the Boba Fett antenna thing. Haha, yes, that's quite cool. I did not expect that. That's a nice little accident there. I'll have that. Thank you very much. What do you reckon? Do you like that, Kerry? Yeah, so you can just kind of like have bits almost like they're sort of dripping down almost. Oh, that's all right. We live and learn. All right. Ink brushes. Oh no, no. Are these good? I can't remember. Spatter brushes are cool. Yeah, they lend themselves really well to this sort of style, I think. Maybe do a new layer for my spatter brushes because these can go wrong. Depends if you want any grey in as well. If you might want just a black and white one. What you can do is stamp multiple times and you'll get white eventually. So just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there you go. You've got some white in there. Depends if you sort of want to mix colours. Or we could just do one big stamp. Let's get a bit of light spattering. These are like, they're not white, which is kind of annoying. So we could do a bit of spatterage. No, that's a bit weird. Misc. Ooh, let's try this one. And then we could still go back in and we could crank up the displacement actually. Let's just go for something ridiculous and run it through again. Ah, okay, it does sort of destroy it somewhat. So you could see every, like, you can very easily go wrong with this. So don't just take every stroke. Separate them onto different layers and try some. If it doesn't work, you just hit undo and try again. And then rotate them around to make some sort of variety as well. What do you reckon, Leah?
Oh, that's so cool.
Mendo.
I feel like it needs some writing.
Yeah, well, I was going to do, this was the clean version. And I was going to then do like Mandalorian font. And it would be like futuristic-y. But now we've got grungy. I don't know. You almost, what sort of font do you have there? It's all right. It's a rhetorical question.
Andrew says, "Hey Leo."
Hi.
Oh, why is she nice to everyone but me?
Because I'm special.
You are special indeed. That is exactly the word I would use to describe you. What you? I can hear you whispering. What are you plotting? Oh. I can hear you doing something behind me. I'm being trolled by my 10-year-old son. We could do black ones as well, actually. Or we could actually, no, let's just brush out the mask. Yeah, that's some good ones. Let's get some bit more spatter in there, but like sort of black spatter. We're just sort of doing it in a few key places. So basically you should be working on transparency. That is the good. It's not vector anymore, but you should be on transparency. So you've got the original, and then you've masked it with brushes. You've got the displacement map. Then you add in some white and then more white. So you ultimately end up just adding white. And if you've done it correctly, you should be able to change the background color. Oh, that's nice. Oh, slightly off black. Oh, that's cool. That is very cool. But you should be able to change it to anything. Oh, that does look quite cool, actually. Which is cool, because if you then do want to send this off to print on a t-shirt, you've got like white on transparent. You can export the whole thing as a PNG. So you just go File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. And then that will be good to upload. Ah, yeah, I want it as a t-shirt as well. Maybe we'll get some, Kerry. This sort of stuff, the brush messing around bit can take a while, but it's fun. It's a little bit more like artistic. You sort of get the precision stuff in Illustrator, and then you get to go back to being a bit, well, a bit messy in Photoshop. Just, you know, getting your, I flipping love the brush tool. It's the best tool in the world. And you just get to have a play, have a muck around, scribble, draw, doodle. You can see here, I'm just using this brush to even edit and mask another bit of brush. I wonder if we could, yeah, so this brush here. Just adding like a little crack. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. And then maybe if I were to group it, Mando. Mando 2. So that was our... That did actually translate pretty well into Illustrator, to be fair. I mean, for this one as well, instead of, we could actually do the gaps. I know I got rid of them, but we could brush them. In here. So I got rid of them, but if we just brush them in like this, just, do you know what I mean? We could sort of like hint at them. So we're sort of adding the gaps back in without really adding the gaps back in. Oh, I don't know, Kerry. I'm not sure. I need to delve more into getting things printed. It's actually a goal of mine this year is to do some more t-shirt stuff and hoodie stuff and actually wear more of my own work. I was trying to make a logo for my graphic design Instagram account, and all I have so far is a simple type logo. I was wondering if you had any quick ways to make it a little better. Sometimes all you need is a correctly typeset bit of text. So like if I were to take your name, for example, I'll show you something. It's very easy to overthink logos, especially if you're getting started. So we're just going to go down your Leams. There's a bunch of fonts I could pick, but I just flipping. I'm in a Montserrat mood at the minute, so we're just picking a suitable font. We're centrally aligning everything so it's nice and tight, and then we could create some sort of variation in one word. Bump the track in so it spaces the letters apart a bit more. And then just pay attention to the details. So we're lining up on the left edge, we're lining it up on the right edge. So it's either precise or it's intentionally smaller. None of this where it's kind of almost or slightly off. It's got to be one or the other. So for your name, I'm going to do this because it sort of sits quite nicely. Let's just line that up. Precision, close enough for this example. And then spacing as well. Yeah, and a lot of times doing something simple will be more than suitable. You know, although it's sure we could do another one. Do Daniel Leames, go left align on both and have it as like a block. You can keep the text intentionally quite close together. You could add a box around it. And this looks simple, and arguably, I think once you've been doing it a while, it is, but it's the details that matter. So there's quite a lot of ways that this can go wrong very easily, you know, just with sloppy attention to detail. You know, like even with the box completely thrown off. And if you wanted to kind of balance this a bit differently, you could, I mean, this doesn't really make sense, but it's introduce something with some color. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't really make sense, but there's loads of stuff you could do. But anyway, the best advice I can give you is just pick simple fonts, typeset it well. Unless you like, the more you learn about it, the more confident you can get once you understand different fonts and what they do convey. But if you're relatively new, start simple, just pick simple fonts, but like nail the basics in terms of spacing, alignment. Those sort of fundamentals are things that a lot of people still miss. Oh, I know. I'm going to grab. This is going to help sell the gritty grunge. Yeah, look at that, boy. Drop it down in opacity so it's a bit more subtle. That's obviously no good for a t-shirt. We wouldn't do that, but this is just for purely presentation purposes. We could add a splash of red as well. I don't know. I mean, not sure where we'd add it. It's not like he's got like a glowing eye or anything. And we definitely don't want to have like a gunshot or something where he's been injured, because he's wearing Beskar steel, and that doesn't easily break. And what else have we got? So we're gonna call it symbol, and then we'll call it brushes. We'll just name our layers because this can get pretty confusing. Brushes 1 and 2. And you want to play around with this, like just enjoy it, get super creative. I think for this I'm actually going to brighten the background up a little bit. What else was I going to... Oh, yeah. I was going to see if I got like a distressed texture that goes over the top of the whole thing. Don't know if I've got one. Distress or like grunge. I've got one somewhere. Maybe I've just not installed it at the minute. Ink. No, too small. Oh my god, I've got so many brushes. Hey, you're welcome, Daniel. Great name, by the way. Painterly? Don't know. I think this is a bit more of an artsy-fartsy brush that I'm probably not experienced enough to use. Dust particles? No, probably not. Oh, this is a good one, actually. Sometimes it's just figuring out the right strokes as well. Like, there you go. He's got a chip out of his helmet. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I wonder if we duplicate everything, convert that to a smart object, and then try doing another displace on it. This might get a little bit over the top, but this is doing it with all the brushwork and doing another one. Oh, I don't know. I quite like that, actually. Yeah, so it keeps a lot of this clean, and then you've got your brushwork, which can sometimes look a bit weird. You've got some bits that have been heavily worked on, some bits that haven't. And this just adds another layer of distress across the whole thing. And then if I want to go and edit it even more, I can go back into the smart object and I've got all my layers and everything. So I just need to go and add another solid color layer just back in here so I can carry on working on it. And then when I've finished making my changes, just hide it, save, close. And then you've got your main layers back in here. But yeah, that would be then exportable as a PNG, and then I could upload that and put it on a t-shirt or whatever. I think for the font for something like this, you sort of want a mix of sci-fi and grunge, so I'd probably take a sort of sci-fi-esque font. And then maybe possibly run it through the same grunge process with the distress and everything, the brushes and all that I've done. Just so it kind of, unless I could find a font that fits this, it's a lot more grungy now. So yeah, we've got the original sketch. Got the clean version, which is lovely. We could still pair a font with that. Then we've got the distressed version. I didn't expect to end up doing that, but there we go. Let's try and pop a font with this actually. Let's just call it Mando. There we go, done. I mean, it works. Oh, what I'd probably do, just to make it extra sci-fi, is just quite literally just delete part of the D. That might be enough, but if you want to go double E, triple sci-fi, then we'll just do this with the A. I mean, this has been done to death, but it still does look pretty cool. And then there you go, boom, you got custom type. Bring that D in a bit so it doesn't look too oversized. And yeah, there we go. Just obviously make sure, again, details, just make sure you size this up correctly, so not too big and not too teeny tiny. And space it similar sort of character width away. And then we just got to line it up so it sort of sits horizontally central. And yeah, you could, I mean, yeah, that's very lazy font finding, but that could work. I'm sure there's a better font, but that one does the job for now. Take care. Need some fire. Yes, we could go and set it on fire. And I think I might carry on with this one as well. I think it's all right at the minute. It's pretty cool. But I'd love to just work on it a bit more as well. And also we could do a stacked version. This is obviously if he's branding himself and his mercenary services. So we could do a version that is very, ooh, what's going on? Like this, and then again, detail, centrally align it. And then we'll stack it. A really useful rule of thumb is to sometimes just double the height of your text. And that becomes your gap. It's not like a science or anything, but it can be quite helpful. I would still probably judge it by eye as well. Sometimes you might want to just nudge it a little bit. There's loads of different tricks that you can use. Then we could do like a badge version, like an emblem. So centrally align it to... yeah, it's been a bit funny because it's still a mirror object, but that's fine. We got our little circly thing there. We could, I mean, this would be quite a nice sort of stamp or a sticker. If I want to make it a little bit more sci-fi, we could draw a line down here. We'll expand it and we will cut it out of the circle, delete the middle parts. We've got a bit of a gap there and just rotate that 45 degrees. I don't know why, it just makes it a bit more interesting having a little bit of a gap. We could even actually make that perhaps a bit wider. So we'll go with a slightly larger gap. So we'll do one side and then we'll do the other. Cut. Delete. Paste. Yeah, there we go. And we've got two halves. And then just rotate it like that. There we go. We've got like a badge version as well. We could shrink him down a bit. or whatever. There's loads of stuff you could do. I'm just kind of just spitballing a bunch of ideas now. Mando. And I probably would make this a bit smaller, actually. It's sometimes quite easy to oversize things. So just duplicate a couple versions. And then you can easily just sort of do something like that and test it and go, oh yeah, actually this one feels a bit more balanced. So we'll get rid of ye. Right, there we go. Yeah, I think that's probably going to do it, I reckon. I quite like this one in the circle, actually. That's pretty cool. So maybe even that circle. This is what's so cool about this, is you can literally just... We can chuck this back into our design. Save and close, and it should apply the displacement effect. Yeah, to the circle as well, which I love. So I could then make the circle a bit bigger and then go back into Illustrator. Just maybe drop the weight down to 3, save and close, and then yeah, it's just a little bit smaller. And then we could even bring the whole thing down. In fact, let's do a duplicate of that, so I'll have one and then the other. Okay, right. Any questions before we wrap up? What are we setting on fire today? I like the circle one as well. You're right, Kerry. Yeah, it's like a patch, isn't it? It's like an emblem or a patch that you put on, like say a uniform or something, or like I could see this in the show, like a symbol.
Yeah.
Or a t-shirt, yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll mock it up on a t-shirt sometime.
Hey,
Everybody needs... I thought you were going to go neighbours then. I thought you were going is neighbours still a thing?
Hey, don't want to meet your daddy. Oh, just want to meet your Kaya. Oh.
What are you saying? You flipping gooseberry. She is a gooseberry. Yeah. Well, this has been random and unexpected. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourself as much as I have. This has been a lot of fun.
That's a great Darth Vader.
Shut up. Just stop it. Carrie, tell her. The ending is always beautiful. You must be referring to the design, Anna. Because I think we all go a bit bonkers at the end. Yeah. We all go a bit nuts. I think at this point, though, I don't think anyone would be surprised if we finished the stream and I just pulled out a trumpet and started going,
The didgeridoo.
I can't do the didgeridoo. I can't do it. You do.
Get the didgeridoo. Do it.
I've got a didgeridoo.
Do it.
You should do Friday night design and chill permanent. I mean, if people like it, obviously, I mean, it's nice for me to have a Friday night as well. So once in a while. Poppy's got a didgeridoo. Hang on. See, this is what happens. Everything usually goes a bit bonkers at this point. There's a cat.
Well, it's dusty. Well, go on, you try. Oh, that's good.
That's just me going. Whoa.
Maybe that's what you're meant to do.
I don't know. Do you believe? I can feel something. Right. What are you doing?
Careful.
Get out of here. Go on. Get out of here. I didgeridoo you in the head. Go on. Get out of it. There you go.
Oh. Ah.
Oh, God, Andrew's losing it.
Oh, Shingdoi!
Oh, nice! Sword.
Wooden sword.
Oh,
Oh. Bonk.
it is actually quite hard, yeah. It's a bokken, I think.
Toboggan.
No, not a bokken. Bokken. Kerry's got a question.
What's Kerry question? We have a Dansky as well. Show me that.
Hmm?
We've made Dansky. I made Dansky.
We did that last time. Stop trying to get
No,
attention.
but not everyone's seen
No,
it.
but stop trying to get
You
attention.
might have other people.
Stop it. Right, Pops.
Yeah.
Who is Luke and Leia's mother?
Zero.
That's the Lion King. Stressing me out.
Like
Fucking madhouse here,
the-
Andrew.
Chewbacca. Hello? Oh, who is it? Tasmania. Hasme.
Padme Amidala. Oh, I wasn't really paying attention to the question then. I was, who is Luke and Leia's mother? I was thinking, obviously it's Leia.
What?
She can't be her own mother. Who's your mother? Me.
I'm your mother.
And with that, it is definitely time to go. Oh, good lord. Yeah, I'll see you in the Discord. It feels weird, you know.
People probably can't hear you anymore.
You can hear me. It feels weird being an absolute idiot and then pitching the course, but I'll do it anyway. If you would like to learn Illustrator with me or Photoshop, contrary to what you've just seen, I am a professional.
Yeah.
I do conduct myself in my programs as a professional,
Yeah.
not a clown. Yeah, they'll teach you everything that I know from beginner through to advanced level. And if you have any questions or get stuck with anything, will you stop it? Or stuck with anything, I'll be there to support you. Not Poppy.
I'll be there.
Poppy will not be able to.
I actually did a lot of the editing for it, so
Why did you
it's
start drunk?
great. I don't know.
Go away.
I want hugs.
You just want attention. You just want to be on camera. You just want to steal my moment in the spotlight.
I want to be a star child.
He is a star child.
No, Leo.
What?
Go to bed.
No.
Stop. How can you see past that haircut? Oh, is that not in your eyes?
No, I cut it.
Time for a mummy haircut again. Or you can opt for option 2, which is the daddy haircut.
Please don't.
No. No, I remember last time you did that. I actually had like really short hair.
I didn't do that.
It
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't cut his hair, did I?
Yeah.
did, and it was awful.
You shaved it.
Did I?
I looked like 11.
What, shaved his whole head?
Yeah.
No, I had to shave it. Well, we had to shave it because you cut it and messed it
What,
up.
with scissors?
Yeah. You did a
That
terrible job.
That doesn't sound like me.
It was.
It does.
I'm a designer.
Mm-mm.
Not for hair.
Oh well.
Nice course.
Worth a try, yeah. Not my hairdressing course. It's terrible.
You don't have a hair.
I'll teach you how to cut hair.
You're my wife.
You take the clippers.
how he went bald.
Right, it's actually time to go now. Have an amazing weekend. We love you. And,
We love you, camera. I'll
see
the
you-
camera.
We'll see you next week. Stunner! Leo wants to show everyone his Mandalorian drawing.
Good at drawing.
So
just
he's
running upstairs.
stampeding upstairs. He wants to show everyone. Have you got a drawing you want to show as well? No, then be quiet.
Oh, I've got a drawing.
Oh God.
I painted this last night.
That is really cool.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Now, Leo, do your,
Okay. Do your drawing.
do it over here.
Leo's done a Mandalorian man. Yeah, that is really cool.
That's so cool.
Very talented, aren't you?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're okay. Okay, actual bye now. See you later.